Good morning. Welcome to, well, it's a little bit cloudy in the beautiful tropical island of Guam. I come to you live at 9 o'clock in the morning my time. I realize that's not a great time for a lot of you. It's a good time for me sometimes, but I will try and vary these from time to time just to offer opportunities to go on. So I'm grateful to have spent some time with my tribe at the American Dance Therapy Conference in Salt Lake City. It was fantastic to reconnect with old friends and then meet some new friends and new colleagues. So that was a real treat. And I've been very inspired by many things in it. So, I've got a huge list of live movement um, experiences I want to offer. And the first one today, I'll be talking a little bit about bodyfulness. A lot of us, this comes from Christine Caldwell's writings and her workshop that she offered and her teachings. And I've been thinking about this word for a long time because we, in our vocabulary now, we use our Buddhist tradition mindfulness quite a bit. But while we do that, we really value the mind. And it feels to me that the bodies were left behind a lot. So today I want to really honor your bodyfulness. And your bodyfulness is about being aware and present in the moment of that, moment to moment awareness of the body. So one of the things I'd like to start with today is just something that Christine called meandering. Now you can meander by just, walking around, and then I'll get cut off if I stand up too much since I don't have the space and don't even have a piano. So you can, in your space, you can meander around the room, or, just in my case, I will stay here so I can see you. I'm just going to meander through my body parts a little bit and see, what comes to my attention. And Christine reminds us, not to get too um, plugged into, one way, the right way, or that, that it's all about truth or untruth. It's just about, trying not to just put one interpretation or thought or movement process or feeling process into it. It's just about paying attention to that moment to moment awareness. And so we can do this meandering and just notice what's happening in our body right now. Is there a body area that our attention is drawn to? And as you know, I'm still recovering from a broken wrist. So often my attention is drawn into that. How do I want to describe it? It's a different kind of sensation in that left arm than there is in the right. There's a little bit of a heaviness. There's a little bit of a stiffness. Um, so I become aware of, what range I do have in it and how do I bring a feeling of flow into that. So right now I'm quite aware of my left arm. Now you may find that you're aware of something else. And please feel free to slow it down if something feels, that you're feeling a bit of emotion. And of course, you can talk to me, send me a message if you're curious about anything that comes up in this practice. So just, yeah, so I can feel like it's even hard to describe this tension, but it doesn't really matter. It's just learning to live in different parts of our bodies. So one of the things I would suggest is as you're exploring, is there a place in your body you feel really at home in? So maybe there's, particular parts of your body that you really enjoy. So I will use me as an example. So for instance, I have a great relationship with my legs, and so I like to really move my legs and then just paying attention to what are the sensations in that body and how do I want to really engage with the exploration in those legs. And what do I feel in those legs? What do I notice? What are my sensations? What are my I don't want to say limitations, but where do I feel the movement goes and where do I feel it doesn't go? Where does it stop? So it's nice to play with a place in your body that you really appreciate. Because bodyfulness, we're really trying to bring the whole, the totality of our body together, that totality of, living fully as we can in our body without uh, being too dragged down into places where we can get negative. And it's so easy in our culture to get negative. And self-touch is one of the things I love to do in my movement explorations. And so you can bring a little bit of self-touch to it if that feels right for you. Sometimes I just love to feel, the firmness, hot and cold. Maybe I feel a little dry skin. It just reminds me, I went swimming this morning that I want to put some lotion on it. Hi, Chris. Nice to see you. So I'm just, enjoying my legs because they are some particular part of my body that I have real positive affect connected to. And so it's always good when you're just exploring and you're exploring through the body parts, just to find something that feels really good and yummy. And just allow yourself that space of pleasure. Because sometimes I feel like as a result of our Victorian era thinking, some in the US, that we really, lost that comfort and just that pleasurable sensations of the body. Somehow we feel like it's wrong or it's not a good place to be, or then we go a little bit overboard and we overindulge. So just allow yourself, whatever body part it is that you're really appreciating right now, to really just enjoy the sensations in that body part. And you're trying to have that, moment to moment awareness of what's being moved in your body. And of course, as I feel my legs moving, I become quite aware of my pelvis and how the pelvis is what helps connect my legs into my torso. So for me, a place that I have less of a positive affect to in my body has been my belly over the last, decade, whenever I feel like I've got a little more roll in there. So one of the areas that I am exploring is, how do I learn to accept the changes in my body as I age? So as I bring that, feeling and those sensations of really loving my legs into then connecting into my pelvis, then I can find, for one thing, a greater range of movements. I can add the legs into the pelvis and really feel the base of my power, really feel the base of my strength. So that's kind of, following my process, but I want you to be able to follow your process. What body parts do you appreciate, and can you give that attention to that space? And then can you, bring in a place that you might have less of a positive affect to. And just let the positive area really feed the place where you struggle. So that's one way to really bring some bodyfulness into your exploration. Another way is just to slow way down and just feel into your micro movements. And I mean, you can see me moving, but A micro movement is just becoming aware of those internal movements in the body. And with mindfulness practice, we're often very committed to this very slowed downness, but that's not always necessary in these explorations. Um, but micro movement is a way to really slow down and then just feel into your sensations. What do you notice? And I'll try to describe a little bit of my process. It'll be perhaps quite different than your process, but for instance, now I'm feeling into a little bit of my lower back. I'm noticing the sensations in my feet and my sit bones really sit, resting to my feet. And then I start to, feel that animation of the energy that comes in my body that fills into the softness, into the curves, into that real three-dimensional feeling. And one of the things that you can do with this real micro movement, and I'm moving a lot more than the microness awareness, would be that once you really feel into those micro movements, you can start to begin to find that outer expression of it. So I'm just have this little, what I call it, a little rocking pattern, and this is a little bit bigger than what you might experience. But you just allow whatever that movement is to really fill your body and then bring it into a little bit larger movement. Now I'm going much faster than you might go, and I'm kind of just showing you a little demonstration of how you might do that. So this is much bigger than I did in the workshop because I have practices where I've really slowed down and can just really feel a little tiny movement. But becoming aware of those micro movements can often give you clues throughout your day of, oh, I need to be doing this right now, or, oh, I totally forgot about this. So now I need to bring that back in today so I remember to finish this task or call this person. So often those little micro movements throughout the day, help wake us up to something. And so really this is about being awake in your whole body. So if you've done a little bit of micro moving, perhaps you want to find a way now to just bring this into the whole body. So if you've got a rhythm or a pattern going on, how can you begin to, fill it out? Sometimes we talk about making things larger, but it doesn't have to be larger. It's more about filling it out. So like instead of making it larger, I started to articulate it more through my hands. And remember, I spoke about my recovery broken wrist here. So for me, that articulation also has, you know, some healing quality to it, perhaps, that I would try to get more movement range. Anyway, so allow wherever you are in movement through these practices to come into, a more full body expression so that you let it articulate through your spine, through your arms, through your legs. And I mean, I could be standing up, but right now I am low so you can see the camera since I don't have the ideal space in this little rental house on a U.S. Air Force base. But you can see that my movement's starting to, get a little more into diagonals, into that three-dimensional. It's also going into the core and then extending into the distal. So you may have something completely different. You may really want it to be in kind of a little spinal wave. Whatever it is, just allow yourself a little time to just let this movement develop. And just notice, can you feel your whole body? Can you feel from your toes to your fingers, to your head, to your tail? Can you feel that completeness in your whole torso and your legs? Can you feel a wholeness in your body? Or is there a little place where you're forgetting or you're feeling less sensation there. Because it's true that our body has these touch sensations, so we have more sensitivity in our hands, our mouth, kind of in front body as opposed to back body, but it doesn't mean that you can't really feel into those places. So just notice if you have places where you have less sensation or that you're aware of less, like getting a certain part of your back, maybe it's your side body, maybe somewhere in your neck or shoulders. So just notice that. You know, one of the things that I became aware of in that workshop that I went to was, oh, I haven't really lived internally in the face. And living internally in the face just brought me into some, sensations that I hadn't really paid attention to. I think a lot of times I focus more on that gross motor aspect. And so just fine tuning into the, finer little places in the body. So could be that you're feeling more into the back of your nose and through your ears. So anytime you do an exploration like that, perhaps you bring in some other little area that you might have neglected in the past. So bodyfulness really is about that moment-to-moment awareness, feeling our presence in our body and how we bring that everywhere we go in our life, in our daily life. And there's many, many practices that will help us cultivate bodyfulness, such as dance, therapy, yoga, authentic movement, Tai Chi. So the list is pretty endless. So it's really about learning to listen to all those fine-tuning sensations and bringing awareness to your whole body. So find a way now to just close the process and see how your body wants to find that little final I lost my word. Find that little expression. I was going to say expiration. We've already done the expiration. Hi, Katie. That exploration for the day. So finding that how the body wants to end and what ways do you like to complete the process. For me, I've taken that lovely little gesture, or it's really more of a postural movement from authentic movement practice of bringing my hands to my heart and then opening out, feeling all that's around me, and then bringing my hands back into my heart. That's my process. So that's how I will end my movement today. And I want to offer gratitude for those who have come today and those who may look to view this video later. And of course, please feel free to message me if you have any questions or curiosities or even ideas. I have a long list of ideas of explorations, so tune in. I will definitely touch base next week and do another live, and I try to do a couple before I go to New Zealand on the 31st of October. Might bring you one to New Zealand. So thank you for your time and many, many dancing and moving blessings.